right. So I know that it was called ClipCut, but I don't think I was expecting scissors.
Yes, this is ClipCut Parks, and this is a rolling cut. So we have enjoyed roll and writes personally as a team. We've had lots of fun with them, and when we saw this game, we thought this needs to come to market fast because it's awesome. Basically, in this game, just how it sounds, you roll the dice. And then whatever the dice says, you're going to make that many cuts on your piece of paper, and then you'll use anything that falls off, hopefully, to put into building your parks. So if you can build your 5 park cards by the end of the game, you'll win. The first person to get to 5.
Right.
But there's a few little rules in here about how you cut and how you place things on here. So I'm going to go over those really fast, and then we're going to get a cut some
All
stuff.
right, let's do it.
I'm really excited. All right, so let's say that, just as an example, we rolled this die here and it says 1, 2, 3. What that means is that we're going to get to cut 3 different times, but they have to be in a 3 chunk, a 2 chunk, and a 1 chunk. So as an example, I'm just going to show you on this piece of paper here. So if we wanted to do this one, we could cut 1, which would be 1 square of this grid. So you can see I've just cut 1 there. Now I can't continue on that same line and cut 2 now. You can't add any of the numbers together, but I could cut 2 this direction. So I'm actually going to do that. So I go 1, 2, and this little tiny piece I cut before is going to fall off. So now I have 1 piece of a park that I could add to my cards here to start building. And you can see on this park, we've got a little green space. That means that you have to put a green piece of the park on top of there. So that's a legal move. I could place it on any of these spots that don't have anything on them, but on the green right there would be a good choice since it has to be green. And once that park there is completely filled up with all of pieces of paper on all sides, then this would be a completed park. That's how I need to get through all 5 of those parks to win. So I've done my 1 cut, I did my 2 cut, and now I have 1 more cut to do. I've got a 3 cut there, and like I said, I can't continue on the same path that I did on either of those, but I could start on a totally different side. So I'm going to start over on this side of the paper now and make a 3 cut from this edge, which is absolutely legal. And simultaneously, you would be cutting yours at the same time, which is great. There's no downtime. Everybody is cutting up their parks at the same time, all trying to make the best ones. And we just keep rolling. There are a few more requirements on these cards. One thing is that if it has bridges in between spaces, those have to be one connected piece. So I can't have a 1 square here and a 1 square there. This has to be a square that's 4 long, which can be a challenge to do. And then these could be connected or not. This one, like I said, it has to have the color match. And then you'll see a couple of these that have symbols on them. On your sheet of paper that you're cutting up, some of these do have symbols, but if you don't have those symbols, you can also get them in token form and use those to complete those requirements. If you complete a park, you can sometimes get the bonus of getting these tokens. So there's a few bonuses on these cards that make it easier. There's some of these bonuses on the paper itself. So I think that's actually all that we need to get started. You want to do a couple of rolls?
Yeah, let's do
Awesome.
some.
All right. So I already rolled and did this one. So do you want to go ahead and cut for yourself?
Sure.
Since I got a little ahead of the game on that.
All right. So 1, right? I'm going to do 2 this way so I can get 1.
Nice. 1 fell off there. That's perfect.
Put that one there. And then 3, if I go down here, I can get another one off.
Nice. Yeah, you're already figuring out how to make the most of it.
Red, so I can place that there.
Excellent. So yeah, that was around 1 roll. I did that one, so now it'd be your turn to roll.
All right, and
so we have a 2 and a 2. So of course we can't add those together, so we can't do a 4 all in one direction, but we do get 2 separate 2 cuts. And we're going to start looking at this. So I know that I really want to have 1 large piece that's 4 in a row fall off. So I'm going to continue for my previous cut. I can do that. So I've got 3 there. So I'm going to go, I almost messed up, and I'll show you why. So if I had continued here and cut 4, this whole strip, this entire theme from there to there would fall off. So
and
actually,
then you have to use it.
I'll show you what happens just because this is an important part of the game. So this whole theme fell off all at once because I wasn't paying attention, and I can't fit it into my park anywhere. It's just too big. So I have to crumple this up.
Oh, no.
And I put it in front of me in this little crumpled pile of shame. And at the end of the game, if we tie, which does happen relatively often, then we count how many crumpled piles we have. So this doesn't count as a number based on the cubes that were there. It just counts as one crumpled pile. So you try to avoid waste. Of course, we don't want waste in our parks. That's no good. So you want to avoid this if possible. All right. So that's that one. Unfortunate for me. So that would have been if I had a longer cut. I had to do 4. Luckily, it was only 2 and 2, so I could have made that work if I had tried. But I just wanted to show you how that happened. So you've got a nice one there.
I
so
do. I have. There was one that was the right color matchup, and they're connected.
Perfect.
So I'd be able to place that there, and then this one also fell off, and these. You said it doesn't matter if it's a bridge or not.
Yep.
I can just place them down.
Yeah,
So
that's
bam.
great. So you're getting close to completing both of your parks there. And once you complete one of your parks, then you can just slide that over, and then you get to reveal your next park and keep working on it. So once you've got all 5 of those parks done, you win.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we do also have an expansion that's included in here. So these cards are all relatively simple to do, but this extra expansion adds things that are quite a bit harder. They have more bridges, they have more requirements. That one's not too bad, but some of them, it looks like it would be relatively simple, but you really need to think ahead to make sure that you get the right shape with the way that you're cutting. So this game, it looks pretty simple on the outside and the rules are very straightforward, but actually figuring out what cuts to make where can be very brain burnery. Very challenging, which is fun.
When is this game going to be available?
This is actually coming out October 16th, and it's just $25. So you can easily pick that up and add it to your family game night.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you can find this at all your friendly local game stores everywhere.
And we'll see you at your friendly local game store.